Dreamers Talk, a time when we get to hear the stories of people who achieve their dreams through Atomy. Do you have a desperate dream of your own? Well, don't miss the chance.
Wondering who's in our studio today? Let's meet our very special guest.
Welcome! Yes!
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. Well, could you introduce yourself to our global Atomians?
Hello, Atomians from all over the world. This is Jason Shim, the Crown Master from US, doing Atomy business for 13 years. And I'm working very hard to achieve my dream.
Oh, beautiful,
Wow.
beautiful introduction. I love it. I heard you are the second Crown Master in Atomy USA. Is that right? I mean, it's incredible. It is incredible, first of all, but it's not only beautiful. You probably will have a really heavy weight on your shoulders because of that.
Yes, I happen to be the second Crown Master in the US. And that doesn't really mean anything because I just started earlier than most of the people in the US. And I was just following the footsteps of the senior leaders from Korea. And I feel like my responsibility is to leave the right footsteps for other Atomians in the US and in any other country. So I believe if they follow the right footsteps, it's just a matter of time for their success. If you could dream it, you could achieve it.
Wow.
Beautiful words.
Yeah, certainly very positive thinking as
Yes,
well.
it is.
So I want to know, when did you move to the States? And because I'm not sure if Atomy brought you to the States or some other business did.
Well, actually, I got a job for 1996. I got my first job after I graduated from college in Korea. And I thought I have no strong points in my life. I thought I cannot make any good living like that because I'm not good at most things. So I decided to go to US to learn English. If I could speak English very well, I thought I could have a very good living.
Right.
But my life in the US was very tough. I felt like I was drowning in a huge milk jar to death. But guess what? If you can make a cheese out of it. If you keep struggling without quitting, you could make something. So not quitting is my strong point. And
Sure.
it's been 26 years so far.
Wow.
Very inspiring.
Perseverance. I think that's something that really moves lots of people forward, especially as immigrants. Must be very difficult to move to a new country and start
It's
from the
never
bottom.
easy.
Right.
We know that.
Yeah, we do.
We definitely know
Certainly, it's part of so many people's stories, right? But we've also heard that you've done so many different types of work in the U.S. and that eventually led you to Atomy. But how does that story go?
Well, my first job in US was a busboy. I was confused by the name.
Right.
And I was wondering, what am I supposed to do? Do I have to drive a bus, or am I expecting any bus loaded customers? But busboy is just supposed to clean the dishes of the customer's table.
Right.
And then I did a pedicurist in the nail salon, and I drove a fish truck, Manhattan, New York. And when 9/11 happened, I had passed by that building 1 hour before that happened.
Wow.
And so I worked in a warehouse making pallets of products, and I worked I did a door-to-door sales selling light bulbs.
Oh, okay.
Lastly, right before I met Atomy, I was working in a dry cleaners making deliveries. As you know, supporting a family with 4 children by working dry cleaners was really tough.
Sure.
Yes, so I was aware of that. You don't have not 1, 2, 3. You have 4 children. That's impressive. How do you keep it up with work and family at the same time? Isn't that difficult?
Well, of course, I had enough troubles by having 4 children. When my youngest one came to my home, I already had a trouble paying my mortgage.
Oh.
Yeah, that was my first house I ever bought, and got hit by the subprime mortgage crisis.
Okay.
So I ended up giving up the house, and we have to move out from the house in the January on a snowy day. My youngest one was born January 9, 2009, and the very same month on a snowy day, we had to move out. And so since I lost everything, I became totally hopeless. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. 26 years of doing the most random jobs.
Well, a lot of experiences, a lot
while
of memories
raising
you present.
4 kids. My goodness. And I'm sure that Atomy has some sort of influence to do with your success now. I mean, that kind of pulled you out of the hardship. And I want to know how that opportunity came to you.
Well, it's a long story, but to make it short, I met a totally stranger in my friend's house. And she was explaining Atomy to my friend, and I happened to visit him. And of course, she wanted to. She tried to explain Atomy to me, but it just sounded like a network marketing, like typical pyramid scheme. And immediately, I said no, thank you.
Oh,
But
you
she's not
rejected.
she's not a person who give up easily. She pushed one more time, trying to recruit me in her group. Thank goodness for that. She didn't give up right away. She insisted me to join her group, and she wouldn't know who she was talking to. Future imperial master or future crown master.
Right.
I didn't know that my future would be at the time.
Sure.
There was like historic moment at the time. So my advice for people who are just starting, you never know who you're talking to right now. That could be your future imperial master.
Wow. Yeah, it was definitely meeting that person a turning point in your life. Have you ever wondered, like inside your head, where would I be
Yeah.
if I didn't meet that person?
Of course, I don't want to even imagine my life without Atomy, because if I hadn't met Atomy, I would be saying every day to my life, sunny beach, like that, right? But many people know already. When I was shocked by our CEO's speech. He started his speech by asking a question like this: what would be the first decisions of farmers would make when they actually go ahead and farm, right? And the answer is, how much of what does he want to reap? So that moment, I had a light bulb in my head. Just like the Benjamin Franklin said, if you fail to plan, you're actually planning failure.
Right.
Wow.
So my life, I never planned anything. I was so busy trying to survive day by day, so I didn't have any plan or dream. So that's why I was living like that, trying to survive every day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a story of surviving, actually. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can feel it. And coming across Atomy in your life, I think it's a huge luck itself. But, not everything was beautiful all the time. There's bumps across the road
Sure.
sometimes that you can have. So let's listen to some of the stories sent from the listeners to us here today. Here's the first one.
Hello everyone, my name is Dan Dan and I am from Perth, Australia. I joined Atomy since July last year. Before Atomy, I was a full-time registered nurse. Also, I am a single mom with 2 kids. Since I became Atomy distributor, I have been actively involved in Atomy and building my business with my active upline sponsors. Because from the day one in Atomy, I was so crazy about Atomy, and I realized what a great company it is. The question today is, what made you believe that you could become successful with Atomy? Thank you for listening.
Well, first of all, I was able to have faith in this business because it has the easiest way to start. Because there's no joining fee. How can it be easier to sign up people than free membership?
Sure.
Right.
And no obligation. How can you have peaceful mind in your heart than no obligation and no annual fee and no fee whatsoever, no fever, and that means no headache. Right? So I think it'll be no brainer not to join Atomy member.
Right.
I think, and you don't have to invest any extra money. You just have to switch your buying habit.
Sure.
That you have to buy from regular store to Atomy. That's all, and that becomes your business investment. So secondly, you have no idea of the benefits of having unlimited one global, one server, unlimited levels, and limited incomes. It could take a whole night to talk about all the benefits of Atomy.
Right.
Yeah, but it's just great.
Sure, yeah. I'm sure we can go all night long talking about the perks and benefits of this
Right.
very successful business. So let's go ahead and get the next question.
สวัสดีค่ะ Hello, my name is Sudatip Jirawatanaporn. I am a Sharon Road Master from Atomy, Thailand. I have a question to ask you. Your life seems so perfect, and I am so envious of it. Did you ever face fear during the Atomy business?
Of course, I had so many difficulties and troubles, and most of the troubles came to my thoughts. Am I really making it happen? Or whenever I get denial from people, I get discouraged.
Right.
So every time I feel down, I push myself to a routine. First, I listen to our CEO. He is the energizer. Whenever I listen to him, I could feel his heart for people like us to be successful. And then of course, I listen to Dr. Lee's lecture. He shows the right way so that we can follow. And most of all other Atomians not giving up from all over the world. And whenever I listen to their promotional speech, that is really inspirational. So that gives me the pump up, and that's my routine that I push myself every time I feel down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, pretty much everyone has stressful and hard times during their lives, right? So I think those are the things that make you a better person also in business, right? And help you to overcome your fears. Okay, so let's go to the next question.
Hello, this is Ji Haek Kim. I'm from Korea and Diamond Master in Korea. Working in this Atomy business has got me global business partners. Although there are not many people, I am excited every day and it almost feels like a dream. I am learning English because I want to explain the business firsthand to my partners who are like family to me. But it is not getting any better. Is there a way to learn language fast?
Oh. Actually, I'm not that good at English either.
Come on, he's been humble.
So too humble.
You're so good at it, yeah.
I'm not that good at English, so I use the words that I know, and most of the time I could not express myself precisely. But I believe in the power of the repetition. You just keep doing what you're doing, right? Then you get better.
Right.
So I started learning Spanish too, Español.
Español,
Wow.
señorita.
Sí, señor.
Oh.
Señorita,
Yeah, señorita. Yeah.
please.
I was just saying right
I
now.
think you need to learn Spanish again
I'm
as well.
forgetting Spanish a
Yes.
little bit, yeah.
So I'm learning Español 5 a 10 minutos todos los días.
Wow.
Really? Oh my goodness.
And I've been doing this for 555 days so far.
You count the days? That's impressive.
So more than a year.
Yeah.
Yes,
You've been
almost
doing
2
it
years.
every single day.
Wow.
Yeah. So I practice every day. Of course, it doesn't make you a great advance in a short time. But if you want to do something, just keep doing it, and someday you will get better.
The
Wow.
power of repetition.
Yeah.
The power of the repetition.
I like that. I'm sure that so many people can relate to your struggles of learning a language.
Can you relate to
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have I struggled trying to get my point across in Korean?
Oh, it's hard.
You know, it's very difficult.
It's very difficult.
So much respect. And I actually want to know if there are any plans. You know, what is the end goal of learning Spanish as well?
Well, sometimes, of course, I like to give a speech in Espanol.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Traveling to South America and Europe too.
Wow. He's going to take my job too.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, I hope you just keep that great work. If you have any question about Spanish, you can always ask a professor because I'm not really good at explaining actually. Yeah.
Sí,
So, yeah.
señor. Quiero aprender español.
Keep it going. No te rindas. Don't give up.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Well, then, talking about partners, how many countries are you partners with?
Well, actually, I think I have partners in most of the countries Atomy is in.
Okay.
I think 23 countries so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
23 countries.
Wow.
So you basically do a world tour. You keep traveling around the world, making friends around the world. Can you give us any tip to make global partners like faster?
Well, many people ask me that question, and my answer would be, start from where you are right now, because going other countries with doing the business with the core country, that'll be really difficult. So my advice is start from where you are and start from right now.
Sure.
Then don't keep saying this to your partners. I want to have a global partners. I want to have a global business. Keep saying it.
Put the idea in their
Yeah.
head.
Which means raise your antenna.
Sure.
Yeah, someday if you keep doing it, it's just matter of time you have a global business.
Right. Somebody's going to think of what you said.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactamente.
Exactamente.
I feel so great here today. I love Spanish.
Feel like home?
Well, these are great tips, and hopefully our Atomians around the world are taking notes as well. But you've been connected to a foreign partner through people around you as well. And so pull out your radar. One day you can be on this couch as well.
Exactly.
Yes.
And who knows, we
We'd
could
love
be
to have you.
interviewing you and hearing your stories as well. Shall we go to the next question?
Hi everyone, I'm Eddie, sales master from London. We all know that Atomy business isn't a one-man show. and the role of the leader is especially important. Is there a quality that you think is essential for all the leaders?
Yeah, I think you have to have a faith. To have faith, you have to have a great understanding about Atomy first in your head. But that doesn't have a sufficient condition to be successful. But you have to have faith in your heart. Once you have faith, it'll get you started, no matter what situation you are in. And once you get started, you have to have endurance and consistency. Just like Christians go to churches every Sunday and do the Bible studying almost every day,
Continuous.
trying to keep the faith.
Right.
That's why I think you have to have faith first.
Sure.
Yeah.